Hi Nana. So we were learning about the corrosion or rusting of iron. Actually, rusting. Rusting is nothing but the damage of iron metal. Okay, due to loss of surface of the iron metal, because the surface of the iron metal will react with the atmospheric oxygen in the presence of moisture, and it turns into reddish brown colored substance known as rust. Okay, due to this, there is a heavy loss of the metal, and the metal surface gradually it is lost layer by layer, and the metal will become weak. Okay, so in order to prevent this, there are several methods. There are several methods of prevention of rusting. So we will learn all those methods. See, generally, in all these methods, metal is coated with appropriate material. Okay, to prevent the contact of metal with moist air. See, whenever metal, if it comes into contact with moist air, then what happens? That metal will get damaged due to corrosion. So if that metal is iron, then we call it as rusting. So corrosion, different for corrosion of iron, particularly the corrosion of iron is called as rusting. Okay. So here we will learn several methods of rusting of iron. So here these methods they depend upon the material which we use. So the methods here where the methods goes like this. So coating with non-metals is one type of method, and coating with metals, that means the surface of the metal is coated with some other metal, or else the surface of the iron it is coated with some non-metals. So again these are of several types. So first of all we will go with by coating with red lead oxide. Okay, by coating with red lead oxide or tar. See, generally, so this material is used for coating in case of bridges, electric poles, bridges, electric poles. Okay, and ships. Generally, see the underside. Okay, underside of bridges, electric poles, or ships. They are coated with this red lead oxide, or else with tar, so that moist air. So here if you do coating underside of these etc, okay, these things, so what happens, it leads the moist air will does not come into contact with the iron, so hence the rusting is formation of rust is prevented. This is inexpensive method. Okay, this method is inexpensive method. That means it is of somewhat low cost method. For example, electric pole. So the underside of the electric pole. Suppose this is an electric pole. Okay. So the underside of the electric pole it is coated with red lead oxide. so that this is prevented to prevent the this portion from rusting. And even ships, the underside of the ships, okay, the underside side of the ship, it is again coated with the same red lead oxide or else tar in order to prevent rusting. So this is one method. So one method is coating by coating the uh, underside structures with the help of red lead oxide or else tar. Next, second method. Second method of non-metal coating is by painting with enamel paints. By painting with enamel paints. or or by using a material known as bisphenol. Bisphenol is a chemical, so which is used to paint this one. See, actually, in this method, uh, the metal, it is initially coated with initially coated with a red lead oxide. What's the formula of red lead oxide? Pb3O4. So red lead oxide. Initially, this is coated with red lead oxide, and after that, so the upper coating is with the upper coating is with this one, enamel paint, with either enamel paint or else bisphenol. Okay, etc. So there are two coatings in this. So where does this type of coating, non-metal coating, this type of non-metal coating is used? So particularly in iron doors, in making iron doors, okay, in making windows, in making bodies of cars, okay, bodies of cars, buses, motorcycles, motorcycles, etc. Okay, motorcycles, so etc. So here initially means the first coating. Firstly, it is coated with the red lead oxide, and after that, the upper coating is given with either enamel or else bisphenol. So this is one method of non-metal coating. Okay. Next method. The third method of non-metal coating is by direct enameling. By direct enameling. So here in this process, uh, the iron, the iron metal, or it is on this iron metal, silicates are deposited. Silicates. If it is iron metal, then on it silicates. Silicates are poured, and this material is baked. So this material is baked at very high temperatures. Okay. Due to this, what happened? These silicates, they form a layer. Okay, a mixture of silicates. There are several silicates So mixture of silicates, mixture of mixture of silicate, they are poured on the iron metal and they are heated to very high temperature. Okay, so here due to this what happens, it forms a strong coating on this iron metal. So this type of coating is done in the case of articles of in case of articles such as bodies of cooking stoves. Okay, bodies of cooking stoves, refrigerators, cups, plates. Okay, cups, plates, wash basins, etc. Wash basins, etc. So here, so these articles, they are coated by enameling. So here, during this process, what happens on the surface of the iron, we add or else we pour a mixture of silicates, and now this is baked at very high temperatures, so that a strong coating of this silicate mixtures will take place on the iron metal, so that that iron metal, it cannot get rusted. Okay, so this is the third method. Okay, next another method is by oiling or greasing. So these are all what, these are all non-metal coating. The fourth method is by oiling or greasing. By oiling or greasing. So actually, particularly moving parts of machineries. Okay, moving parts of the machines, they cannot be given a protective layer. So the moving parts of machines, they cannot be given a protective layer, because if you give protective layer, what happen? That layer will be shed off. It will be soon ruptured. Okay, that means it wears off very quickly. Cannot be given a protective layer as it wears off quickly. So in that case, what we have to do? Okay, these moving parts of the machines are protected from rusting by coating with the oil. So as this cannot be done, so that means we cannot give a protective layer. So now we have to do what we have to do. So these moving parts of the machines, they should be coated with oiling or else greasing. Okay, so here what happens? This oiling or greasing, they form a layer. Okay, they form a layer uh, on the iron, and they prevent the rusting of iron from the they prevent the rusting of iron from the moisture. Okay, and also here one thing. So here oiling or greasing, it also gives lubrication to the moving parts of the, that means the moving parts can easily move, freely move. Okay, so there are two uses. One is oiling or greasing can prevent the rusting. Okay, and also it gives lubrication to the moving parts of the machine. So here in this case, as when the parts are moving, we cannot give a protective layer because that layer can be ruptured easily. Okay, while moving, what happen? The layer will shed off, or else it will rupture easily. That means it wears off quickly. So in order to prevent that, we have to we have to apply either oil or grease as a layer on such moving parts of the machine. Okay, this is another method. And one more method is by giving plastic coating. By giving plastic coating, see, particularly iron furniture or else iron fixtures. Okay, iron furnitures, iron fixtures. They are given a thin coating of plastic. Okay, so these materials, etc., they are given thin coating of plastic. Okay, so this will cut off the moisture and prevent the rusting. To cut off the moist air. Moist air. When moist air is cut off from the metal, when the moist air is cut off from the metal, what happens? That metal does not come into contact with moist air. Hence, the rusting is prevented. So these are some of the methods by which non-metals are coated on the iron to prevent the rusting. So now we will learn about the methods of coating metals on the iron. Okay. So here under this first one is by galvanization. So under the method of coating the iron with metals, the first one is galvanization method. Galvanization method. So what is galvanization method? Galvanization is nothing but coating coating of iron. Okay, coating of iron surface with zinc metal. With zinc metal. See that iron surface. For example, a piece of iron. It is dipped in molten zinc. See, actually, this is molten zinc. Molten zinc. So, what is this one? This is iron piece. So, initially, the iron piece it is dipped in the molten zinc and it is taken out, and that iron piece which is dipped in molten zinc, it is passed through rollers. When it is passed through rollers, what happens? This zinc will form a very thick, very tough coating. Okay, it forms very strong coating on the iron so that that zinc coating cannot be lost easily. Okay, so like this, by passing through heavy rollers, zinc forms a protective layer over the iron. So here, this iron, it is now zinc, molten zinc is on that iron. So when it is passed through the rollers, they keep on rolling. Okay, so heavy rollers. What I meant, this is called as This is called as galvanized iron. Galvanized iron. That means coating of iron surface with the zinc metal. So where does this galvanized iron is used? Generally, it is used in making roofs, making roofs. Okay, buckets, buckets, tubs. Okay, iron trunks, suitcases, suitcases, etc. So here we will use a galvanization method. The next method of coating iron surface with metals is by tinning. What is it, tinning? See, in galvanization, we apply the coating with the help of zinc metal, but in the process of tinning. So tinning is another method. So here, instead of zinc, we use tin, metal tin. So that means, so this is molten tin. Molten tin. Okay. So into this molten tin, iron material, iron piece or else iron material is dipped. Okay, and passed through these rollers. So now this iron, it is taken out and it is passed through heavy rollers. So that means these rollers, they keep on rolling. Okay. So when the iron metal, which is coated with its surface, when it is coated with a tin, when it is passed through rollers, what happens? It forms a very strong coating. Very strong coating of tin on the iron metal takes place. Now this tin forms a protective layer over iron. So now the tin is forming a protective layer over iron. So generally these are called as tinned iron sheets. Okay. So tinned iron sheets. Where does these tinned iron sheets are used? They are used in making boxes. Okay. To make boxes for storing edible substances. Okay, for storing food, edible substance means food materials. Okay, related to food materials. Okay, for example, fruits, oils. Okay, vegetables. Okay, vegetables, meat, etc. Okay, these are stored. Okay, and are called and packed in tinned boxes. So these are what? These are all packed in tinned boxes. The boxes. These boxes are called as tinned boxes. They are called as tinned boxes. So like this, uh, this is method of tinning. So I mean tin metal, it is coated on the surface of the iron. So all these methods are done in order to prevent the contact of moist air with the iron metal. Okay. The next method is by coating with the third method is coating with chromium or nickel. Okay, electrical. electrolytically. Electrolytically. See, actually, here we use electricity to deposit. Okay, we use electricity to deposit a layer of chromium or nickel. Okay, it is highly expensive process. It gives a very bright finish. Okay, it gives a very bright finish. Okay, it is a costly process. It is a costly process. It is an expensive process. Costly process means it is expensive process. Okay, so here uh, we use this method. This method is used to code uh, the articles like handles of the bicycles, handles of bicycles. Okay, next rims, rims of the tire. I mean tire rims. Okay, rims, bumpers of cars, rims, bumpers of cars. Okay, bumpers of cars, etc. They are coated with what? Or they are coated with either chromium or nickel. Okay. So here handles of bicycles, rims, bumpers of cars. So they have what a very bright finish. So like this, a chromium or nickel, they are coated electrically by using electricity. They form a strong deposit or else a strong layer. Okay, very smooth and very sticky layer. Okay, so it sticks strongly on the iron surface. Okay. Next one is next method is the converting of iron into stainless steel. Next method is conversion of iron into stainless steel. The another method of metallic by metal by using metals is actually iron into the iron into the iron. So we'll add uh, we'll add 12 to 20%, 12 to 20% of chromium. Okay, 12 to 20% of chromium. It is incorporated into the iron. So this is incorporated into the iron. How? See, initially iron is heated. So molten iron, and we'll take molten chromium, molten iron. Now these two are mixed. So now into this what happened? This one and even this one is mixed. So here only chromium is around 12 to 20%. So now this is a mixture of iron and chromium. It's a mixture of what? Iron, chromium, and even carbon is also mixed. So around this carbon is around 0.1 to 0.07%. Okay, this much I mean around 0.07% to 0.1% of carbon is mixed into this mixture. So that means even carbon is also mixed. So now what happens? It is cooled. It is allowed to cool. It is when it is allowed to cool, it forms what? Stainless steel. It forms a stainless steel. It develops a special property due to which it does not rust in the moist air. So this stainless steel, it develops a special property. So this stainless steel will develop a special property, uh, so that iron cannot be rusted in the moist area. Okay. So where this method is used? Actually, that means here, what is this method? Converting iron into stainless steel. So this method is what? Conversion of iron into. This method is called as conversion of iron into stainless steel. So where this method is used? It is used to make a surgical instruments. Okay, to make a surgical instruments. The instruments which are used for surgery, operation purpose. Okay, kitchen utensils, cutleries, etc. Okay, so like this, in this way, here this method is called as alloying of iron also. So the alloying is also called as alloying. Here, actually, what is an alloy of an alloy is prepared stainless steel. It is nothing but an alloy of iron which contains 12 to 20% of chromium and 0.1 to 0.7%, 0.07% of carbon, so that the stainless steel cannot rust easily. Okay, hence that stainless steel, it can be used in making surgical instruments. Okay, kitchen utensils, cutleries, etc. So these are all several methods of prevention of rusting. Okay, so we will learn the other things in the next video.